Hello, my beautiful and talented people. Thank you for everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. It all matters, and I'm really grateful. Today we're asking, how attractive are you? The real important question. So I just want to let you know I am doing a giveaway. I'm going to give away 2 free readings as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So make sure you're subscribed and you comment and you're in the running for that. Now let's move on to our pile number 1, which is the 6 of Wands. Pile number 2 is the King of Pentacles. Pile number 3 is the 6 of Pentacles, and pile number 4 is the Chariot. So let's move on to my gorgeous pile number 1s who are clearly here for victory. Pardon me. So pile number 1. You've got 6 of Wands, 9 of Cups. I feel like I'm getting like people wish they looked like you. You know, like I heard goals, you know, like people kind of want to look like you. Okay. Or certainly have some aspect that makes you very attractive. With the Page of Cups, I think that you have a gentle communication style. But with the 6 of Wands, you know, that's about victory. But I feel like people feel like you put work in, but like that you are somebody that at the same time, so either you're very much wish fulfillment for somebody, or you're like, that's how I want to look. Some of you might have spent time, like some of you could have been on some kind of fitness journey or something like that, because I'm moving on from to calmer waters, like, and then victory and wish fulfillment. So I feel like if you've made it a big change, people want to know how you did it. People want to do it themselves. But on an emotional level, you're somebody that is caring in your communication style. But you're also willing to move on from any kind of 5 of Swords. Like if people are going to bring you conflict, you're like, I was here, but now I'm going to move on to something, you know, happier. So with the 2 of Swords and the 10 of Wands, of course the Lovers comes out. So are you mentally conflicted? Do people see you as mentally conflicted? I feel like whether it's a physical transformation or an emotional transformation, some of you it's an emotional transformation, that like people can see the work that you've done, but at the same time they're not sure if they want to drop their own burdens, even though they like the results that you've gotten. But now the Lovers can be about a choice. It's like you made a choice to have better things, to have your own rebirth. Whether it is, you know, whether it's physical or mental, it's still something that's very attractive to people. Could be emotional too. So it's like you're here for the people who will fill your cup, people who bring, you know, unkindness, you're willing to move on from, but you're still kind in your communication. Some of you, like I said, you've dropped something. I mean, it could have been like, some of you, it was like a physical transformation. Some of it, you know, maybe you just moved on to people who care about you more. You know, like, if you don't demonstrate caring for me, why am I here? Yeah, I get that that's the case. But I feel like this does really make people see you as I'm getting like some people, I'm getting like role model vibes, you know, and I'm not saying that you guys are intending that to be the case, but I feel like some people are seeing your decisions, and then they're seeing how it's working out for you, and are thinking that they may want to go along the same route. I feel like it's like you're somebody who's willing to share what you know. Now, with the Lovers, you know, that's a physical attraction, so you do bring a lot of physical attraction. I say as the Devil comes out, which is also about, you know, can be about obsessive physical attraction. The Lovers and the Devil are kind of like the light and fluffy side of love, and the dark and selfish, you know, part. So like the obsessive, like the, you know, so I mean, you definitely make an impression on people. Like, people want to be part of your life. I feel like you are walking away from anybody who's not adding, you know, light into your life. I'm not getting really stuck energy for you. I feel like some people, you know, are seeing your success, and are conflicted because they still want to have a connection with you. But you're dropping anything that doesn't serve your higher wants. And you're really protecting your space and your energy. So you definitely, like, you bring people, you may have somebody who wants to communicate their feelings to you, and wants some kind of renewal with you. Whether or not you're up for that, that is fully your decision to make, you know. But you've done so much to balance yourself out. It's like you're out here doing the work. You're filling your own cups. You're achieving whatever goals you're setting out towards. And you're, you know, putting your time into your own balance and healing and making things work for you. Which is one of the reasons why, you know, I feel you may have some people come in from the past, is what I'm getting. And it's partially because you may be reminding people on what they're missing out on. But yeah. But you have, I feel like those people need to balance things out to be in your world, because you're not about, you know, dealing with the negative energy. You're like, I will, and of course the Lovers traditionally has an angel over it. But you're about, like, a lot of you are really in deep. One of the things that's making you so attractive is the self-respect you have for yourself, because you're like, yeah, If you come in and you are willing to be somebody who reciprocates, who does well, who makes the decisions that are healthy, sure. If not, you can stay conflicted otherwise. So, like, I feel like people see you as making whatever you want happen. Even though the magician's not out here, it's because it's like you've already manifested some of the benefits in your life. You're like, once you decide that you want it, you make it happen. I feel like for some of you, you've really taken some time out from dealing too much with other people. I feel like maybe you're still communicating and nurturing, healthy situations, but otherwise you're just taking the time out to do what healing you need to do. And, because of that, you keep on manifesting in your own happiness. I feel like people are just feeling left out. Maybe they didn't realize that you could just go off and take care of yourself. But I feel like that's what you've done, and that you've done it really well. And that you've made like significant transformations. I really am getting that there's a connection here. And I'm getting that you're really only, that maybe at some point it was dysfunctional and you were like, well, that's okay. We'll take a time out and just take care of me. And you're like, so I feel like you're only entertaining connections that work together with you. I feel like it's making people feel conflicted about maybe the not so healthy decisions they made regarding you in the past. Because you were 100% about be healthy or be gone. Like, it's not that, obviously we can't necessarily control everything, but if they're not bringing, a healthy dynamic, if they're acting in a toxic way, you're like, I'm going to go move towards something that I can actually grow and build. And you are definitely doing that. So, yeah, you're very much in your power. And again, you haven't stopped being tender or kind, but you all have very, very strongly walked away from towards, it's not even that you're walking away, you're just walking towards stuff that's more balanced. And, people need to balance themselves out if they want to have a place in your life. Because I think that you just don't have time for, it's like be authentic or, that's okay, but not in my life. You may have had somebody that was, not being clear, not sharing their feelings, definitely not being clear, just not showing you their true self. And you've definitely walked forward from that. And for some of you, this person does realize that they want to come forward and work together. That being said, you're all about them coming in if they can get their stuff together. So don't panic. I feel like you've been really practical. You've just been concentrating on, okay, what can I do? What can I succeed at? What can I do in the time that I have? So you're not panicking. I feel like some of the people who may need to readjust their behavior if they want to continue in your life, they might be panicking a little. But you're even keel. You're like, yeah, we're doing healthy. For some of you, like, again, I know this might not be all of you, but some of you have really concentrating on your physical health. And yeah, it's not even, I'm like, because I'm not feeling like, because like there's a connection here that's, you know, damaged. And I figure, and what you, and again, you're like, I will deal, you know, like I will deal in reciprocation and happiness, but I'm not going to deal with negativity and toxicity. I feel like even though there's like a romantic love relationship for a lot of you in this pile, I feel like even though this connection exists, I feel like you're that if you are concentrating on relationships, I think that a lot of you are concentrating on your more platonic relationships, like your family, your friends, you know, your even business partners. You're like, I feel like you've really, with the timeout, really taken a timeout, and the temperance really taken a pause, and you're like, well, I will invest in the relationships that are loving towards me, and if whatever relationship is, you know, is kind of broken, I'll, you know, I'd be willing to do my half, but you know, I feel like that there is, you know, hope in that particular connection, but probably only because you're making it clear that you need to come forward and be balanced if you want to be there. Yeah, you're really just being authentic, and people are really seeing the beauty and appreciating that one of a kindness that you offer. With the turtle, I feel like you're being very systematic. You're taking things one thing at a time. You're okay. Yeah, I feel a lot of pragmatics from this pile, and you are just concentrating on, okay, can I do something? If no, then let's see what else I can do something on. You're just putting your energy wherever it can do good. And a lot of people are wanting to be closer to you because you are exuding this health, this balance, this harmony within you. You know, I feel like you are, you know, setting boundaries, and, you know, and you're just letting people, if they, because we can't fix anybody else, but we can fix ourselves, so that if they choose to be in your life, they have to be somebody who's not taking away from the success that you've built for yourself, because you have a lot of ways that you've fulfilled yourself. So you're definitely not giving off any kind of needy energy. You're giving off a clear, I feel like, you know, whatever transformation you've made, but I feel like a good chunk of you have made, you know, have been really trying to be very physically healthy. All of you have been just working towards like what your highest and best good is. And you are just exuding this peace. I just heard, you know, like you may have a little bit of angelic kind of energy. Like people are really seeing the value that you bring to the table. So I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate you. If you do want a free reading, I'm giving away 2 as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So just make sure you are subscribed and you comment. And thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. It all matters. And I appreciate you. So we're going to move on to our gorgeous pile number 3, which is the King of Pentacles. Hello, my gorgeous pile number 3s. Of course, I drop cards as I do. The King of Pentacles. Now I'm going to get some, before I decipher things, we're going to get a few more cards. But generally, the King of Pentacles is somebody very stable. Somebody who is able to handle their finances. You know, obviously in this time, a lot of people are dealing with, you know, less stability than they're used to. Regardless, you are somebody that you're stable. The thing is, whether things are good or bad, you're eventually going to bring them to a state of stability because that is your nature. I've got Judgment, the 10 of Wands, the 6 of Wands, and the King of Swords. So the 10 of Wands, I'm going to clarify that first. So have you let go of something? Or are you letting go of something? I feel like you're at a point where you're letting go of something so that you can have some kind of rebirth. And part of what you're letting go of is a burden of loss, regret, remorse. Some of you have had to look at how your actions have gotten you where you are. And sometimes, you know, sometimes you need to release. Sometimes you are dealing with something that you perhaps didn't have control over. I mean, our reactions are our responsibility, but I think that you're really being able to look at the past and be more clinical about it. That's the second time the King of Swords is out. But I feel like you're being able to be clear-headed. You're being able to really see things in a way where maybe you release this emotional aspect. Really maybe accept, okay, this happened. But you don't, but you're willing to drop, like, staying in the pain of it. So I feel like you're also going through transformation. We're all transformation piles so far today. With the 4 of Cups and the... I feel like some of those people who did cause you this pain and regret are seeing, you know, seeing this... seeing what you built, seeing like how you show up, and they're, I'm getting that for some of you, the tables are turned for some people, where they were like, they weren't willing to offer you things that were worth your time. And now they see you shining. And they're seeing that now you would be unlikely to choose them. I feel like, yeah, with this judgment, I feel like that you may have had some kind of love interest where, and you had to let go, especially of the pain regarding it, to be in this more cerebral part. But now people, I think there's a time where, they can't ignore your significance to them anymore, and they can't be in denial about how awesome you are. So I feel like your people are feeling regret regarding you. Like with the kings, you are somebody who's, taken mastery of, your cerebral and your practical life. And if somebody was projecting like a lesser image on you, it's not even possible to do that anymore. So for some of you, you've just clearly shown your value in a way that's pretty unambiguous. And so some of you are just, yeah, you're really showing your mastery. There's a lot of male energy in this pile. So the King of Wands, the King of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. Of course, some of the people in this pile are male. Some of you, are, identify female, or, neither. But you're very much in your action. You're taking action towards what you desire. You're taking you're taking practical steps. You're being really smart about it. And you're with judgment, that's about often getting what you put out. So like part of this is you're getting the success because you've been putting out the effort for the success. And you're dropping anything that doesn't serve you anymore. Anything that just makes you feel bad. You're not in it. People see that you've taken some time to heal and, regroup. And I've got a whole stack of things that came out with the Two of Wands. But they see that while you did take some time to heal, now you're ready to make a decision. And you are really willing to fight for what matters to you. For some of you, you may be fighting for a connection with somebody. Somebody that you used to know. Are they somebody that's currently in your life? I feel like for some of you, like you really came into a realization about what you want, and you may be coming back to somebody who made you feel really loved and accepted. But yeah, you're in a place where you're strongly taking agency of your life. And because of that, you know, a lot, you're bringing in a lot of happiness. I feel like some of you really need to give an offer that if you do, then, you know, you can have this lasting happiness. A lot of people do, you know, you make some people really happy. I did really quickly see the Eight of Cups kind of flash at the bottom of the deck. So are you guys still having to walk away from something emotionally unfulfilling? I feel like for some of you, you did walk away from something emotionally unfulfilling, and that's why you're willing to really take action, be proactive, and walk towards what you really want and desire. And that's, I feel like that person really wants you back in their life too. Like, you're going to find a lot of happiness. I feel like this person, there's a lot of attraction between you and this person. I feel like that there is, you know, some somewhat obsessive kind of thoughts. Is it coming from this person? Do you have somebody that you just can't get off your mind? Is this the person you had to walk away from? I feel like the person that you do want to come back to, you do have some obsessive thoughts. Some of them are not the most healthy for you, but there's going to be some clarity brought, and this clarity is going to bring a victory and a new beginning. So this kind of turned into a love reading, but just know that, you know, your agency, you're willing to go towards what you want. That is attractive. You do have done things to bring victory to yourself. I feel like you're ready to have something really work out for you. But for some of you, I feel like I just heard, I only have eyes for you. Like, you know, you do. It's not that you don't care about being attractive, but I'm getting that some of you very much have this soulmate, possible twin flame relationship that you want to come back to, that you want to bring clarity to. For some of you, is this person coming back? But of course, the Eight of Cups came out. Did they walk away from you? Did you walk away from them? Was it a little bit different for each of you? Okay, some of you, that your person walked away from you, and this has been something that's just been a kind of a recurring thought. I feel like you are... So either somebody's coming back in your life, or you're coming back into somebody else's life. I feel like a lot of the people in this pile, you're going to be taking the agency to move back into somebody's life. But if you were the person who was already, if you were the person who was, you know, always putting in the work and, you know, not, if you were you know, really trying to make this situation work and somebody wasn't working with you before, you're not the one who's moving forward. They have to take ownership and agency. But if that's the case, this person really does see you as the love of their life. And it looks like they're ready to take agency. Because they now have just clarity that, you know, they're at a place where they can't look away from the truth. Some of you, you know, you may have walked away from this relationship. You may have let it go, but now, you know, you realize that you need to make an offer, because this person brings happiness to your life. Because you, no matter, you can try to walk away, but you're still connected. And you may have to look at things in a different way. But if this is the other person, there is somebody in your life who is realizing that they need to look at things in a completely different way. They definitely realize that, that their happiness lies with you. I feel like it's definitely somebody who's coming back from the past. So if people don't want that to happen, you don't have to let them. But if it is something that you do want, this person does want to come in and be the person that you need. So, how attractive are you? I feel like this is really just become about one person, feeling like you're the world. Gratitude. Okay, I will say that this person finds a lot of gratitude in your life. Like, if you really don't know who this person is, it might not be your pile. I feel like, and feel free to check another pile, that's fine. But I think if you are coming back, I feel like you've really come to have gratitude for this other person in your life. If this person is coming back for you, they have truly started to understand this depth of connection, seeing, you know, what you are to them, seeing, you know, this love, this connection, this happiness with you. So they have come to a place of gratitude. But ultimately, it's a little bit different for both of you. But I feel like that there has been a significant change in behavior, especially if somebody was like walking away from an inherently negative behavior. You know, are they going if somebody walked away was somebody walking away because your behavior was negative towards them? For some of you, I feel like there's both halves of this pile. Like, both of you have somebody who just thinks that you are ultimate happiness to them. But I feel like at least on one side of the equation, if not on both, there might have been something, you know, negative, that, you know, needed to be walked away from. I think that there has been, you know, contemplating, there has been taking the time. So is this still an energy in the connection? I feel like that this person isn't going to come back in the same way. They're not going to come back with the same negative patterns. Because ultimately they realize that you are their happiness. They're they're having no choice but to see the wisdom in their heart. With the King of Swords that came out twice, this person or you may have been a little bit disconnected from your heart space for a while. But there's so much love, so much, like with rose quartz, that's, you know, tender love, with the soft heart, like soft-hearted. Like there's a great deal of love. I feel like, you know, you both know that the other is very special to you. Yeah, you both realize that each of you is something, you know, that, you know, you're one of a kind to them and they're one of a kind to you. But I feel like people are ready to come forward being their real, honest, true selves. And I just wanted to address the fire charm first. That there has been this fire burning between the two of you. Even when you haven't been together. And whether you're the one who's coming back or whether, you know, this person may be coming back in your life, being in your strength and power is the best way of dealing with things. But I feel like you're having somebody come back that really wants to work together in this connection. There have definitely been, you know, outdated modes of belief, you know, coping mechanisms that, you know, weren't the best. But, so, as for if you're attractive, you're attracting this person in like a magnet. But I'm mostly feeling like Spirit doesn't even, you know, Spirit, you know, basically hijacked this reading, and I apologize if it's not what you wanted to hear, but Spirit is like, yeah, you're the sun, the moon, the stars, and joy to this person, and they definitely want you physically and emotionally, and, you know, and so they really want to let you know that you're specifically attracting in somebody that you have a lot of love for. With gratitude, I don't know if you've, you know, found gratitude in the situation, or they've found gratitude with you, or it is mutual. But you're attracting in an amazing love story. So I know that was a little bit of a switch, but Spirit can be like that sometimes. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I'm gonna do 2 free readings as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So just make sure that you are subscribed and you comment. And I also want to thank everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, booking readings with me. It all matters, and I'm really grateful. So we're going to move on to pile number 3 and the 6 of Pentacles. Hello, my gorgeous 6 of Pentacles. How attractive are you? A 6 of Pentacles is somebody who's generous, somebody who's giving. I feel like so this is kind of like the Justice card of the Minor Arcana and the Justice card of the Major Arcana. So like people see you as super balanced. People see you as balanced, fair, giving. People see you as wish fulfillment, but they also see that you're, you know, I feel like you've done a lot to you know, work towards your happiness. With the Page of Wands, you're really enthusiastic. Yes, really enthusiastic. And that's just joyful for people to be around. So like while you're like even and fair and generous, you're really like at the same time joyful and enthusiastic. And people just want to be part of that energy. With the Seven of Wands, are you defensive? No, I'm getting that you're somebody who right and wrong matter a lot to you. So you're willing to defend what you think is right. You're not going to change your position because of convenience. You'll change a position if you think it's right. You're also somebody who is very balanced, very internally strong. You're somebody who I think that you're deceptively strong. Like people may not realize that they're dealing with this level of strength until something happens, and then people realize that you may be the strongest person they know. Like you're somebody, you're not really you're keeping things steady, you're keeping things stable. Some of you are parents. You are, moving forward from anything that, you're moving forward to better things. And those better things will involve, a lot of stability because you execute, because you're the person who's making that happen. You're putting the energy towards something. I get that we're a lot of us are talking about physical attraction, but just letting you know you're attracting in wealth. I feel like some of you are going to have really steady family. Like you're bringing it, or you already have built something that is very steady, stable, that will last the test of time. Because you're so you kind of have this, I'm gonna say hero energy. Like it's not like you're always running to defense, but if you see something wrong, you're a force to be reckoned with, and you won't stop fighting. And you're enthusiastic and you're strong. You have this wonderful energy. I feel like, there's a lot of earth here, but there's a little bit of fire here too. So yeah, like you're somebody who's looking forward and planning for your future. You have like all this enthusiasm. You have all this enthusiasm, all this strength, all this grounded energy. You're somebody, yeah. Like that's one of the reasons why you're a wish come true. And I feel like some of you, with the Judgment card, the Judgment, Justice, and Six of Wands, and the Star, you guys are manifesting in like luck and happiness. At the same time, you are somebody that has had rebirths and regrowths. You're somebody that does stand out. But I feel like the most attractive part of you, even though I see that there is a physical attractiveness because, there can be a lot of passion with the Strength card, the Queen like you've got this really nurturing, healing energy. And you definitely stand out. It's just, I'm just getting that you don't stand out like glitter. You stand out like you just have this magnetism about you. You're like, you don't need to, I mean, you can if you want. It's fine. Like, wear glitter, wear, you know, but your actual aura, your actual self, you know, no matter what room you walk into, you know, people see you. And they might not even know why. So the Four of Cups turned, but I didn't feel like I should take it. So that might be just for a few of you. But yeah, like I'm getting like really magnetic aura. I've got the Ace of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. Like you're, that flipped over when they fell. Those were the only two that flipped over, so I decided to take those. So yeah, you're somebody who has this just really strong grounding. A lot of people, that's maybe why a lot of people are attracted to you, because they want some of that grounding, they want some of that healing, they want some of that hope, they want some of that nurturing. And they can't help but see like this world that you have to offer, where, you know, like, I just feel like when people meet you, they know that they're going to be just treated fairly and respectfully, that, you know, that there's going to be joy, that, you know, that you're, you know, enthusiastic and fun, that there's a future with you. Again, the 10 of Pentacles came out twice. Like, people see a future with you. People want to give you something stable because, you know, what you have to offer is, you know, strong and, you know, like, and, you know, you may at the same time be really somebody, like, you may not ever try to draw attention to yourself, truthfully, but people feel this pull, and people respect this strength in you. Time out. Well, just throwing cards at you. So with time out, I feel like you really know who you are. Like, you've taken whatever time out you need to do to really, like, grow into this strong person that you are. To also, it's also, you know, something growing from the earth. I feel like, you know, you didn't get here like overnight. Shadow self flipped over. But I feel like some of you really had to deal with your shadow self. But you're not really in that place anymore. You're in the place of really knowing and understanding who you are. You're somebody who's really taken the time to do that. So because of that, you know, you're building your happiness, you're building your stability, so this is about transitions. And there's, this is, you know, a connection. So did you have to leave behind some connections? No, what you are is you're somebody who connects other people. Because you are this rock. You're somebody that like whole communities are built around. Yeah. And people want to be in your sphere. People want to be around you. People want to have this happy home with you. You know, you're like, you bring home to people. You bring comfort to people. You make people feel safe and protected. So I've got, like, I mean, some of you could be Greek, but I feel like that's for very few. You're not cold-hearted. But I feel like you have experienced cold-heartedness. And perhaps that's why you've built this really nurturing, loving structure around you. And I feel like because you've done this, it's like you've built it so well that, you know, it's allowed you to keep your soft and loving heart. Well, it's like you're so strong that you're making an umbrella in which other people can, can be under too. You're somebody who's, like, in the face of coldness, you only grew more warm. And because of that, like, people really want to be intimately close to you. Like, people really want to have intimacy with you. People, want to, it's like being with you is the safest place in the world. And people, want a chance to be in that energy. And then there's still, like I said, there's still this fiery, fun energy, this charisma. So it's not just, like, it's just so warm. You're so warm. The life you live is so welcoming. So, I mean, like I said, like, people, like, want to build their life around you. And I feel like you have the key to your abundance, that I feel like a lot of you, you had to open your own doors. You had to, but you did, like, no matter what you had to deal with, you did find the key to your abundance. And it also, so it's not just people want you for your abundance. But like I'm getting, like, you just make people feel safe and happy. And, like, that they don't, like, that they don't have to feel unsafe, that they can just have a place with you where it's, where at least, while the world isn't ideal, where they get to have some of that idyllic connection with you. So I think that you may not know how incredibly important to so many people you are. And yes, you are physically attractive. But your warmth and your energy and your strength, that's one of the things that makes you the most physically attractive. Like, that, that people feel like they're always going to be okay with you. That you are the rock in people's relationships. You're the rock in your own relationship. And, you know, they want to be a part of that. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. If you do want a free reading, I'm going to give away 2 as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So make sure you're subscribed and you comment, and then you're in the running for the reading. Now let's move on to, well, also thank you for everybody who's liking, sharing, subscribing, booking readings, commenting. It all matters. Now we're going to move on to our gorgeous pile 4 with the Chariot. Hello, my gorgeous Chariot people. How attractive are you? The Chariot is about victory. The Chariot is about movement. The Six of Cups. I'm sorry, not Six of Cups. Although some of you, maybe you do have somebody coming back. But the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is also about victory. It's about, like, people really, like, people can see the progress you've made. People can see, you know, what you've made for yourself. Like, you're somebody who's moving forward, who's taking action. You have a lot, I'm feeling like you have a lot of fire. Are you the Eight of Swords? I feel like sometimes, you know, you're, you know, flying free and, like, making things happen for yourself. And sometimes people kind of watch it from the cage of their own self-limiting thoughts. Like, I feel like they may want to have, you may have some people who are like, you may have some people who have a little bit of hero worship and don't come forward because they feel like they, you know, like they don't match up. Knight of Pentacles. Are you somebody who's a systematic? Like, are you somebody? I feel like in particular people feel like they need to give you, they need to offer you something solid. That if they want to be in your life, they need to offer you something solid. Do people view you as the Four of Pentacles? I feel like you have particularly had somebody in your life who, because, you know, they felt like they didn't quite match up, they held back. Some of those people really want to come back from the past. Whether you take them back, that is entirely on you, and it's not, you know, it's part of free will. But the King of Cups. Are you the King of Cups? You are somebody that has a lot of emotional intelligence. You may not always be, you know, you may not always be showing your emotional cards, but you are aware of your own emotions. You're aware of the emotions of other people. I feel like that's one of the reasons why you're successful. Page of... Oh, I'm sorry, it's not the Page of Wands. It's the Knight of Wands. With the Knight of Wands, I feel like you have a lot of people who, well, you're really good at seeing through people on an emotional level. And you would inspire a lot of physical attraction in people. Mostly you don't entertain those people. Because you can see, you know, they're just too transparent for you. That being said, you are somebody who's enthusiastic. but you're somebody who's, you know, you're going to accept offers that satisfy your heart space. But you do have this fire. You do have this enthusiasm. And that's one of the reasons why I got a lot of fire from the first two cards. Like you're moving towards your goals. You're moving towards what you want. With the Four of Pentacles twice. Like, are you the Four of Pentacles? Do you hold on too much? Do you hold back too much? Is this about the same person? Like, you've really had somebody who has really held back and covered their heart space. I feel like this person might have come forward and tried to just act in a carnal way. So, is this person? Do you have another person coming in? Is this you? Okay, so what I'm getting is you're somebody who's very loving and nurturing. Like, you would take an offer that is something that's, you know, stable and, you know, that made sense, that you could build off of. But for whoever this is, you know, it's just a foolish move to, yeah, I don't know, they may come back, but they definitely need to come back in, you know, in a way that's a little bit less, well, maybe in a way that's a little bit more worth your time. But yes, you are somebody who, I think that you're not the most open with your emotions. And that may have been because you have dealt with withholding people in the past. Four of Swords. And I feel like you're healing that cycle in your life. You're like, if you don't want to give me, you know, what I need, then, you know, you don't have a place, at least in my life. You know, like I'm sure that they that they have a place somewhere else, but you are aware of your value, and you're aware of what you will, you know, accept. And if people are just withholding, you know, you'll take your time, you'll heal from that. But, you know, you're not going to really entertain it. And this is why, you know, I feel like this person who was really withholding might have run away, you know, like maybe not ever really been open, honest. I feel like regardless, you are still this person who's got their things together, and that you're moving towards what's going well for you. So 7 of... Okay, I don't know why it turned into this kind of reading, but just so you know, yeah, people see you as somebody with a lot of options. And this person that did, you know, walk away has come to the realization that while they were under the impression that they had so many options, the options that they wanted the whole time was you. Again, you don't need to take this person back, but either way, like, people want to give you this loving relationship that you had wanted, because, you know, because that's a match for your energy. Page of Wands. I really feel like you may be dealing with somebody coming back. Maybe it's, you know, if we're still in Mercury retrograde when you see this. But you're in a space of, well, you can come back in a balanced manner in which you've dealt with your issues so you don't make them mine. Or I will just, you know, continue to find that balance somewhere else because you're with the King of Swords. Are you the King of Swords? Is somebody going to come back as the King of Swords? Is this person you were dealing with the King of Swords? Tell me about this King of Swords. The Three of Hearts. Do you have like a friend? Was there somebody... Is this person... Okay. Is this person going to up level? Okay. I feel like this person that, you know, treated you wrong is going to up level to gain some of their mastery. Because they do want a reunion with you. They do want to have celebration with you. They do want to have this love that you have to offer. So, Spirit, of course, did a little bit of bait and switch. So some of this is a love reading. For the rest of you, you're somebody who's really even-tempered. You're somebody who's really loving. Like I said, you have really balanced out your emotions, and you've really balanced out your life. So you're attracting, if for some reason this person coming back from the past doesn't relate to you, I feel like it relates to most, but not all. That's the case, then there is going to be something to celebrate regarding that. For those of you that it's not about somebody coming back from the past, I feel like you're really people, like you're somebody who's really moving forward, really taking their goals. You're somebody who's attracting in love because you're a loving person. You're somebody who's enthusiastic, who takes action towards your goals. And you're somebody who maybe has, you know, evened out, really done the emotional healing for, you know, things that were unhealthy coping mechanisms for yourself in the past. And that, you know, you're finally gaining clarity because you really set up this foundation with yourself. But I feel like a lot of your growth has been about mastering your emotions. And people appreciate your balance. People, you know, people know that you're a safe person. And I feel like people invest in you emotionally. Like I said, you may have had people that held back, or maybe in the past you were somebody who really held back. But I feel like a lot of people in this pile have realized that their emotions are their strength. Yeah, I feel like one of the more attractive things about you is the confidence in which you are, you know, not being stuck, but like really winning. Because you do have this, you know, tender heart for you. For those of you, this is somebody that's that loves you coming back, that there is a lot of tender love. You're drawing in connections right now. Right now, that you're going through a transition, but you're really attracting in connections that will bring you that Ace of Cups, because that's what you are. So there has been some heartbreak, either from somebody else, but I feel like you're not really in this energy anymore. That you've had to face it, but you're also really finding you bring people a lot of comfort. Like you bring, because you have this even energy, you're somebody who's, you know, getting what you want in your goals. You're a pleasure to be around. And people like feel like they want to have a lot of intimacy with you. And like I said, some of you are dealing with a connection that has been broken. A lot of those people do want to come back. Again, case by case basis, whether you're willing, that's up to you. But somebody could have been really inconsistent with you. But they do want to level up so that they have a chance to have a connection with you. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. If you do want a free reading, I'm going to give away 2 as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So make sure you're subscribed and you comment. And you're in the running. Also want to say thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, booking readings. It all matters. And I'm really, really grateful. Thank you.